Hey everyone, it's Baker here, and I'm going to be taking you through Freshbooks. And how I'm going to approach this is what I feel the first things you should do with this app over the next few months, and some of the mistakes I made when I get started. So let's start there. First of all, I was a personal finance blogger. I started with Man vs. Debt when I entered into the online entrepreneurship world. And despite being a personal finance blogger, one of the biggest mistakes I made in the beginning was not logging my expenses, not categorizing them in one place, and not having a system for invoicing clients. See, when I started the personal finance blog, I didn't think I was going to be offering services. In fact, I was intentionally trying to avoid them. But as it turned out, I did offer services within the first couple of years. I consulted individuals, I consulted larger companies, and I didn't really have a system set up where I could easily bill them, save myself time, and where my clients could pay. So going back, one of the very first apps I would have had when I was getting started would have been a cloud accounting app. And my favorite one right now is Freshbooks. And of course, they're in the bundle. So here we are on Freshbooks homepage. Once you get the trial, which is 90 days for the only 72 bundle, not 30 days, then you will come in, and the very first thing that I would want you to do, and the very first thing I would advise myself to do, is go to this expenses tabs and start linking your bank accounts to get all of your business expenses coming to one place. It sounds easy, and if you're using a spreadsheet or you're using a software that's not as robust as Freshbooks, I really suggest you get in here and play with this. You can click right here to import your expenses. You're going to enter in your bank. I have a business account with Chase. You would select Chase. You would enter in your Chase ID, your Chase password, and then this is going to pull in all of them. It's very secure, very trusted. It's been around for years. Hundreds of thousands of users, maybe even more than that. I don't know that for a fact, but tons of users. So I trust it completely. You can also enter in your PayPal. And when I was getting started in online entrepreneurship, my bank account and my PayPal were the two things that I connected into Freshbooks. And it totally revolutionized the way I kept track of my expenses. And at the end of the year, what I ended up sending my accountant. So that's pretty basic. You just want to start to categorize it and track where you're spending. Make sure you're not overspending, and make sure you get that synced up. The second thing I would have you do, if you're at all in the realm of possibility for offering services or working with clients, especially clients that are on a recurring basis, and I know this is a big portion of our audience, you're going to want to get in and set up invoices, which again, I waited way too long to get set up to have professional invoices. And the thing I like about Freshbooks is I work with a couple developers who use Freshbooks. So on the business side, when they sit down and they track their time in Freshbooks and invoice me directly from Freshbooks, I see it all neat and organized. I see the exact day, the exact time they log for each account, and I can pay usually with PayPal right from the invoice. And I think Freshbooks actually hooks up with multiple accounts. This is when you actually go to invoice, you will sync it to either your PayPal or some other merchant account, and your clients can pay. And the theory is that if they can pay right there and they can see very clearly how it was divided up, you're going to be able to collect payments quicker. I know it's much easier for me to pay quicker and collect them more frequently. So I would set up invoices as the second thing, right after you get expenses as the first thing. The next thing is a little bit more advanced, and it's going to be if you're primarily concentrating on services from the get-go. You're going to want to start setting up the clients, which I need to reload here, and the timesheet. So what this does really well, and I only use this feature a little bit myself, but again, I work with developers and contractors who use this all the time, is that you can go in here and for each day, you can put the project, the task you did, log your hours, and put notes. And then what happens is you can actually invoice directly from this software. And it looks like even since I use this, they have a timer now. So you can click to hit start timer, work on a project in time, and it's going to automatically log it for the day. Then you can pull this timesheet directly into the invoice when you're ready to invoice for a certain project. Again, if you're working at any kind of service, it's going to save a ton of time, and it's going to keep you organized. So for me, Freshbooks is worth having in your business. It's actually a must to have some form of cloud accounting, but Freshbooks is worth having just to have a place to track your expenses, import your business expenses, and organize them in a better way. However, if you're at all interested in services, you've got to get in and get plugged into the invoices, tracking the clients here with your recurring payments, and logging your time in FreshBooks. So when it comes time to bill, you're not guessing, you're not underestimating your time, you're collecting exactly what you spent, and it's easy for other businesses to pay. So I know that was a whirlwind, but I hope that gives you a little sneak peek into how you can apply FreshBooks to your business over the next few months. See you soon.